In my lab, we investigate how fluid flowing into the brain maintains our mental health. A healthy brain is like an engine. The cells in the brain use the nutrients from the food we eat to perform all the different functions that are essential to life. A byproduct of these cellular activities is metabolic waste, which, like the exhaust fumes from an engine, must be removed carefully or else the engine dies. In fact, diseases like Alzheimer's are thought to be caused by an excessive buildup of these metabolic wastes in the brain. Recently, my lab discovered that cerebrospinal fluid, the fluid that is actually within the skull and that surrounds the brain, is pumped deep into the brain where it mixes with the brain's own fluid, and this interaction drives the waste products out of the brain. However, we fully don't understand how or what physiological forces actually propel the fluid into the brain, and neither do we know if the breakdown of this mechanism leads to a diseased brain. Therefore, we are using experimental techniques to visualize how the fluid flow actually happens, to understand what the differences in the mechanisms are, and whether we can actually treat diseases like Alzheimer's by improving the cleaning efficiency of the system.
In my lab, we investigate how fluid flowing into the brain helps maintain our mental health. I like to think of the brain like an engine. The engine uses gasoline as fuel to power its different components. Just like that, the cells in our brain use the nutrients from the food we eat to power its different functions that are essential to life. However, if exhaust fumes from the engine are not removed very well, the engine fails. Similarly, the metabolic waste products that are produced because of cellular reactions must be removed efficiently. It is thought that the cells in the brain actually end up dying because of excessive buildup of these waste products, ultimately leading to Alzheimer's disease. It was recently discovered that a fluid transport system helps clear these metabolic waste products that are produced from the brain. My lab discovered that cerebrospinal fluid, which is the fluid that is in our skull and that actually surrounds the brain, is pumped deep into the brain, where it mixes with the brain's own fluid, and this mixing interaction actually drives the metabolic waste products out of the brain. However, we don't know what physiological forces actually propel this fluid transport into the brain, and we don't understand if this fluid transport mechanism breaks down in the events such as Alzheimer's disease. Thus, as an engineer, I like to fix such problems. And in fact, I am doing so by adapting tools that are typically used to improve the performance of race cars, adapting them to look at the brains of both healthy and mice with Alzheimer's disease, try to understand the differences in the mechanism. And my goal is to not only understand how this mechanism works, but actually try to use it, harness it, and improve the cleaning efficiency to cure diseases like Alzheimer's.